All right, we'll get to Fritzy's mock headlines, everything else that we talked about. During the interview with Rich Eisen, I was seeing Fritzy on the phone, and a hotline rang, and then I was wondering what was going on, and all of a sudden the guys were saying that there could be something going on with I'll Have Another. We're having Doug O'Neill on, obviously the trainer for I'll Have Another, and kind enough to join us. Doug, can you give us an update on what's going on with I'll Have Another?
Yeah, they're currently pulling all sharp objects and shoelaces away from me here the last few minutes. But, yeah, I'll Have Another is officially out of the Belmont. And he galloped great yesterday, and then in the afternoon he had a little bit of filling in his left front leg. This morning he looked perfect. I took him out and I just did a little something with him. And after training, that swelling came back. I had the vet come over. He scanned his left front leg. He's got the start of some tendonitis going on in his in that front leg, so he's not 100%. And we ain't taking any chances and pulling him out. It's not tragic, but it's a huge disappointment, and just so bummed for the horse, obviously, and then for Mr. Redham and the whole team. But we'll be back hopefully next year and trying to do it again.
But do you know how the horse got injured?
You know, usually these type of injuries, they either hit themselves, either like a hind foot came up and whacked his front left leg, or just hyperextended from, he's got such a beautiful long stride, maybe just strained himself from the stride. But it's just a freakish thing, and you know, it's still going to be a wonderful race tomorrow, and you know, I'm bummed we're not participating, but I'll have my eyes glued to the screen and hoping for a good safe run race, and whoever wins will be a special horse. So it's a bummer, but again, far from tragic.
Long term, how does it affect the horse?
You know, it's one of those weird things where the vet told me he probably needs about 3 months of a whole lot of nothing, and then we can start back with him. But God, he's so valuable, and you know, I know Paul's going to have tons of options with different breeding farms to have him stand somewhere. So it'll really be up to Paul and the dealings, how those go. But hopefully, I'd love to see him back in my barn in a few months training again. But realistically, he'll probably be seeing a lot of beautiful mares and smoking a lot of cigarettes.
When did you find out about it? I mean, is it officially hit you, sunk in?
God, I mean, I've been on Suicide Watch the last about half an hour, and you know, it's one of those where just I keep going back to. It's not a, you know, no one got killed, no one got hurt, and he's still. If you saw him, Dan, he's 100% sound. I'm doing a news conference here in a little bit, and I'm going to walk him myself just so I can show all the media how good he still looks. And it's just the start of, like, my Achilles tendon irritation. And those, if you keep on with them, then they get into a painful setting, and you know, you take a chance of really doing some damage, which obviously I would never do. And so it's a bummer, but far from tragic.
Has this horse run its last race?
If I had to wager, which being an O'Neill, we do like to wager, I would say yes.
You going to watch the Belmont?
I'm sure I'll watch it and probably have about 4 or 5 amps of lights in me, and I'm sure saying that could have been me, whoever wins it, but you know, it's just such a great race, and everyone there at Naira has been so great to us. Part of me too is so bummed for them, because hopefully we'll still have a full house. They were expecting, you know, over 120,000 people there, and I hope I'll Have Another's defection doesn't shrink that too much, but I'm sure it's the Naira people probably want to slap me around a little bit, but it's just got to do what's in the best interest of the horse.
Where's the horse now?
He is still in the detention barn with conference. in a detention barn at 1 o'clock Eastern time. So I'm assuming from that point we'll lead them back to our original barn where we got our other horses out here, and then we'll get them all set up to jump on a head back west here in the next day or two.
I appreciate you being a good sport today. I know it's tough, and you're a stand-up guy to come on the show, and thank you for what you did in the first 2 legs here.
You're the man. Thanks a lot, Danny, and I'll talk to you in a bit.
All right. It's Doug O'Neill, trainer. I'll have another out of the Belmont Stakes. As a sports fan, you don't get these opportunities very often. And I just talked about how you had a great weekend here coming up. Stanley Cup, perhaps closeout game, Game 7, Celtics and the Heat, Triple Crown possibility. And we see that the thing is, and you guys did a great job. Okay, you guys all did a great job with this because I knew something was up. I could see you guys were trying to do it behind the scenes there when I was talking to Rich Eisen. And, I said to Fritzy, I said, you got to make the call to Doug. I know that he's got a press conference, and if this is true that the horse... See, we'd gotten word that the horse was injured. But we did not know if that was how serious. And McLovin, great job. If you don't go to Belmont to talk to Doug O'Neill and do something with that horse, then you don't get that text from somebody. But, look, I don't revel in telling you this news. This is... it's a bummer. Because this is why... I cover sports. This is why we watch sports. We follow sports. You get an opportunity to see things that maybe you never see before, never see again. Maybe something your dad saw or your granddad saw, and you get an opportunity. You see a player, you see a game, you see a moment, Triple Crown winner, and that's why we watch. But you guys did a great job in following that story. And Fritzy, I know it's a tough phone call to make, man, but I appreciate you guys doing that. We'll get to your phone calls coming up. Let this settle in a little bit here, but I'll have another officially out of the Belmont Stakes. This is the Dan Patrick Show.